Good morning. Happy January 13th, and welcome back to my playthrough of the Leaf Riders of Wrenwood, where yesterday we fought some worms that attacked us while we had kind of finished gathering some ingredients to take back to the Tree of Seasons. We vanquished them without too much hassle, and we also rolled our first natural 20. In fact, we rolled two of them. So we have a boon to use going forward, which is exciting. And I believe today will be the last day that we play with Thatch, at least for a bit. So let's see what that entails. This will be a combined Saturday-Sunday again, I imagine. And assuming that is the case, that also means we get to roll for the lottery. So let's tear this off. All right. Saturday 13, Sunday 14th of January. So that's Stars Day and Sun's Day of Deep Winter. Thank you for gathering the ingredients. You've made good choices, as these should do nicely. I've prepared the area and found my old instructions for a salve that should treat the fungus on the Tree of Seasons. With any luck, it will be gone before the festivities today. Alright, so number one is read through the instructions, which we can use our investigator for. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's actually open this up as well to Thatch here. Right there, lovely. Okay. So yes, let us read through the instructions. So it says, you look through a parchment with the recipe on it. You must understand the process before beginning. So we're going to roll our d20 plus intellect, and we get to add 2 and 2. So we get to add 4 to this roll. Okay, we rolled a natural 20. So we don't get another boon because we already have the 1. So if the result is 16 or more, you absorb the information in the instructions. Gain a +2 bonus to all rolls you below. Okay, so we're going to actually write that +2. Okay. That way, at least it's there, so if I forget, it's just on me entirely. I mean, it's always on me entirely, but it's even more so on me somehow. Okay, great. So we definitely understand what we're supposed to do. Now it says, check your notes from when you were in the garden collecting ingredients. After completing steps 2 through 4 to create a salve with the first ingredient, repeat the steps again for each ingredient you've collected. Keep note of how many salves you created. Okay, got it. So, our next things are to grind the herbs, which is rolling a d20 plus strength. Then we want to infuse the oil, which is rolling a d20 plus constitution. And then we want to mix and emulsify, which is rolling a d20 plus wisdom. Now, we do have a Bronberry here, and that allows us to add a d4 to strength. Let me check if it's for the page. So, okay. A Bronberry is consumed on use, and it adds a d4 to strength on a single roll. So if we want to use that, we can on one of these. I think the first time I won't, as we kind of get a sense of the process, and then maybe I will on a subsequent one. We collected 4 ingredients, so we're going to do this process 4 times. So let's go ahead and grind the herbs first. So that is the one that we could use the Bronberry for, but I'm not going to. So it says you must grind the selected herbs into particles that aren't too fine or too large. Alright, so we roll. That was not very good. Okay, so we've got a 3. Then we add 0. We add 2 for this, which puts us at 5. Alright, so if the result is 8 or less, you didn't crush the herbs into the correct size. You have wasted the ingredient. You must start over with a new ingredient. Okay, gotcha. Let's do it again. We still have our boon, so we may want to use this on one of those. But we'll go to the second ingredient for now. Okay. Okay, we rolled a 6. So we get to add +2, which puts us to 8. So now we have the option of if we because we already did this once, we know that 8 or less is the bad result. So we definitely want to use something here. So the question is, do we want to use a boon or a brawnberry? And I think I'm going to use the brawnberry because it is only for a strength roll. So let's go ahead and do that. And it actually doesn't really matter what we roll because we only rolled the one. So we hit 9, but that's what we needed. So if the result is 9 or more, nice work. The powdered ingredient is ready for the next step. Proceed to number 3. Okay, so number 3 is to infuse the oil. You must infuse the crushed herbs into a base oil, allowing the beneficial properties to meld. Okay, so this is a d20 plus Constitution. So this is our worst roll at -2. So, and our next one's also bad, which is Wisdom, which is the same, just as bad. So let's go ahead and see how we do here. Okay, we rolled an 11, which is good. That's the best roll we've had. Well, I guess we had the 20, but that's a good roll. Okay, so we get to subtract 2, have to subtract 2 for Constitution, but then we get to add the bonus, which brings us back up to 11. So if the result is 10 or more, you've done great work here. The oil infused with the ingredient is ready for the next step. Proceed to number 4. Okay, so mix and emulsify. So this is rolling a d20 plus Wisdom. You must mix the infused oil with additional base components, emulsifying them to create a unified salve. Okay, so let's go for it. So this is plus Wisdom, which is again -2, but then we're +2 with the bonus, so we just take whatever the straight roll is. We do still have our boon to use. Okay, so that's a 14. So we're not going to use the boon because that's a pretty good roll. If the result is 11 or more, excellent! You have crafted a perfect salve to use. Continue number 2 with another ingredient if you have more. Okay, so we succeeded on one of them so far, and I'm just going to note this down. So, 1. Lovely. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, I think I got a little dot on my finger. I did. All right, so now we're going with our third ingredient out of 4. So let's go back to the strength check here. All right, that's a 17. All right, all right. Well, that definitely passes, so we get to move on to step number 3, which is infusing the oil. So that's the Constitution check, which is just a straight roll. An 18. Okay, we're doing well. Come on. And our Wisdom. And a 17. All right, so that one was easy. We've got the hang of this now. You know, That just kind of figured it out. So great. All right, well, that went well. So we've got 2 salves. All right, and the third one, we still haven't used our boon, which is great. So that means we can use it here if we need to. All right, so strength. Okay, so we rolled an 8, but we do get to add +2 to that. So that is a 10. So we do pass because the first one is 9 or more. So that's good. Then we do our Constitution roll. We rolled a 13, which, again, +2 -2, so we are good there at 13 for the infusing the oil. And now we need to mix and emulsify for the final time with ingredient number 4. And a 17. All right, we didn't even have to use the boon. All right, so we succeeded there on our third one. All right, so I'm going to just erase this now because I know we had 3. All right, there we go. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and erase the brawnberry since I'm erasing. There we go. I don't want to accidentally erase something else. Okay, lovely. Okay, so we got 3. So, when you've run out of ingredients, check the number of salves you were able to craft for your reward. Okay, so if you successfully created 3, you receive a d6 of amber and a warding ointment as a reward. Okay, so we get a d6 of amber. Let's get like 4 at least, you know? Hey, there we go. I got what I asked for. I take it. All right, so that puts us up to 6 amber with Thatch. Lovely. And we get a warding ointment, which I believe was the one that adds to our defense, but let's double check that. I just started writing defense because I was trying to write and talk at the same time, which was clearly a mistake. All right, let's do ointment here. Okay. And then let's read what that is. All right, so warding ointment, yes, that is consumed on use, and it adds a D4 to a single defense roll. Okay, lovely. Okay, so that is the end of the kind of Saturday event, but then we can still do the Sunday event, which is gambling at the lottery. And I believe the way that works is I rolled a D6. I think it was a 6 for the lottery. Let's see here. Yes, the Sunday lottery. So you may roll a D6, and you gain or lose amber depending on what we do. We just want to not roll a 1 or a 2. Oh, we rolled a 6, so we gain 4 more amber. Look at that. All right, well, today was a pretty successful day. I honestly wonder if I should have used the boon earlier on. I don't think so. Obviously, in hindsight, it would have been good, but I think I wanted to save it for a time when I was on like the third step, or somewhere where it was like I'm so close to getting it, just so that it doesn't go to waste. That said, I think there is also that risk of like me just never using the boon because I'm like there could be a better time. So I do want to make sure I use it. I just happened to roll like 16s, 17s, 18s a lot there, and it was like I don't need it. So, all right. Well, this was a pretty successful day, I think. So, enjoyed playing with Thatch, and I expect that we will get to meet a new character on Monday. But until then, thank you for watching, and have a great day.